Hello, and welcome to The Next Gen. Today, we are reviewing Obsession. This review was written and edited by Sean Mardrum. I remember seeing the initial teaser released for Obsession and immediately thought, that is an awesome premise. Now, having seen the directorial debut from Curry Barker, a famous YouTube sketch comedian, I can say it lived up to the premise, yet never fully extended beyond it.
I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the entire world.
The film follows a man named Bear, who uses a magical voodoo stick called a One-Wish Willow to wish that his friend Nikki, whom he has a crush on, would love him more than anyone else in the entire world. However, he gets more than he wished for when Nikki starts to act out of control, and yes, completely obsessed with him. It's a horror movie that leans into both comedy and modern relationships in some really interesting ways, yet stumbles in its final act and doesn't fully commit to its own story and its rules. It's bolstered, however, by incredible performances by both its leads and its tense moments of both horror and secondhand embarrassment.
Bear, I love you so much.
Indy Navarrete is going to skyrocket into stardom with her role as Nikki. She comes off as anyone you would want to hang out with as a friend, and someone you could see anyone falling in love with in her few scenes before she's controlled by Bear's wish. Then her performance after the use of the One-Wish Willow is somehow even more impressive. She has such clear control over her body language and facial expression. She always leaves the audience with an uneasy feeling in their stomach. The way she can change her voice while having a completely different body reaction is very chilling.
No.
Then Bear, played by Michael Johnston, is also excellent. He gives a great performance as an awkward, quote-unquote nice guy who likes Nikki, but doesn't let that get in the way of his own selfish desires for her. Once the movie really gets rolling, his timid performance matches perfectly with the pure insanity that Nikki brings to the screen.
Bear, No.
As I mentioned previously, the premise itself is something not seen so far in the horror genre, and the scenarios they come up with are really enjoyable. They feel right at home with the ways some couples are bonded together, or even overly affectionate in modern dating. These lead to some really great moments of purposeful cringe and tension, but I think works much more effectively than the film's horror elements. Speaking of the film's horror, I found myself disappointed in the execution of Nikki's obsession.
I love you so much.
Some minor spoilers ahead for the next few seconds. The film sees Nikki being controlled by the wish, as if her body is being inhabited by someone else. This plot point is fine, but I never felt like it went far enough in that direction. The times when Nikki is doing things no human would do are semi-interesting, but they take away from the premise of someone being obsessed with someone else. I felt that the movie didn't need supernatural or gross out moments, and I think would have worked just as well if it was someone just madly in love with someone else because of this evil wish, and going crazy because of that. This does, however, tie into something I did really appreciate about the film's narrative. Once the wish is used, Nikki is never overly sexualized or infatuated with Bear in a normal, loving way. From the get-go, her affection for Bear is always creepy and unsettling. It never feels like a normal relationship, and I think that works well for the film. It makes you feel more sympathetic to Nikki and less uncomfortable with Bear's initial interactions with her. The relationship between the two of them is still awful, from the way both characters treat the other. It also comments on the way people become obsessed with someone else for all the wrong reasons. You can see it in Bear. He's pining over a version of Nikki that loves him, which likely isn't the version of Nikki that actually exists.
Jeez, what kind of spells you put on her?
The final thing to touch on that didn't work as well for me was the final act of the film. I really enjoyed how the film wrapped up in its final few minutes, but I didn't find myself enjoying its final twists and scenes before them. The film starts to flesh out its supporting characters and the relationship with Bear, which also starts taking more time away from Nikki. It did leave me in suspense wondering what Nikki might have been up to, but it felt unimportant to the movie's larger story. These scenes also didn't add much to the film's ultimate resolution. Overall, Obsession managed to pull off what it promised. The performances elevate the film's concept, and it manages to find a nice balance between humor and tension. I think the horror elements take away from the film's overall feel, even if they are effective sequences. Overall, I think Obsession is worth seeing.